What's up, guys? Nolan here. If you're watching this, then I am live right now playing Gray Zone Warfare over on Twitch, and you guys can actually join me. Well, kind of, because today is the early access release day. So if I'm on a full server, or if we don't join the same server, then sure, you can't join me then. But, you know, you guys know what I mean. You can play as of today. So if you guys are going to be jumping in, then you can come by and ask some questions on my stream if you want, or just heed these few quick tips. If you're wondering why you would ask me for advice, it's because I've already got 90 hours in this game. I've already done almost all of the tasks. I did about 90, and I was able to get the larger secure container. So I did a ton of tasks, some of which are very difficult to understand where you need to get them. So if you run into trouble, again, just come by the stream. Also, just appreciate the support in general. All of these tips were true as of the early access test, but some things might have changed for the actual early access release today for balance reasons. I'll make a second video once we actually figure out what's changed and what hasn't. But as of right now, everything I'm about to mention, I haven't heard of any changes. They should stay the same. Both the PvE and PvP modes will be available on release, and you can switch between them on the same account. So if you want to grind a bit on PvE, or if you hit a snag built with a built-up area of players for PvP, then you can then switch to PvE, or vice versa. Get whatever you need to get done, and then switch back if you wish. It will be the same gear. If for some reason you want to switch servers, there is a server selector at the bottom left of the main menu. Sometimes if you leave and then you try to deploy, you just keep going to the same server. Using that server menu will make sure you don't do that. None of the factions actually matter right now, but if you do want to play with your friends, you have to make sure that you are playing on the same faction. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see each other on the map, and if you're doing PvP, their friendlies are going to shoot you. Your friendlies are going to shoot them. It's going to be a mess. So just coordinate. The way that you search boxes is a bit different. It will look like it's empty at first. There is no indication that there is anything in that box. So if you're pretty sure that you're the first person to loot a box, just wait a few seconds and then things will start to pop up. It takes maybe 15 minutes for AI to respawn, as well as the loot in the area, depending on the server that you're on. I think there's different settings depending on how many people are on the server and stuff like that. If you sit around too long, AI will start to spawn behind you where you've already cleared, so try to move quick. And also, if you're there to kill AI, if you just sit around long enough, they will start to pop up. Just make sure you move around, sweep through the same way that you entered a town or an area, and they should start to spawn back. But it does take a little while. You revive a buddy in a coma by having a surgery or suture kit in your belt and holding E to examine them. Once examined, then you can heal them back up with your meds. If they're breathing, then you can still examine them, so make sure to keep trying if you hear them breathing. Once they drop the gun and you don't actually hear them breathing, then yeah, they're dead. Healing a buddy is much faster than healing yourself, no matter what it is. So if you're in a bind, have a friend keep their gun up, heal them, and then switch so that somebody is always able to shoot. It's actually faster. And then also maybe have a designated medic too. The chopper will stay on the ground for a while, but once the first player gets on it, it will leave in a few seconds. So if your buddy is pretty close by, but not too close, just wait a few extra seconds before you actually get on the seat, or else the chopper will likely leave before they get there. It's a little weird. You have like 10-ish full seconds before it leaves on its own, and it will warn you before it leaves. So don't get too antsy and try and give your buddy a little bit of extra time. If you want to get on somebody else's chopper, be sure to click it first and see where it's going to make sure it's going where you want it to go. And if you're not sure, you can also see who's on a chopper, and you can click on that screen and message that person to ask them. And then also, if you are not in communication with somebody that you see is a friendly square on the map, but you're fighting enemies, again, you can click their name, you can message them, you can go back and forth and communicate that way. You can put task items in your secure container where you can then die, and the item will still be in your container when you spawn back, allowing you to turn it in and then finish the task. That's kind of broken. I don't know if that's going to stay forever. I actually don't even know if it's going to be in today, but it worked in the previous test, so it might still work today. Try it out. You can scroll wheel select medications quickly from your belt. Just put the medical items that you'll want quickly on your belt, hold H, and then scroll. You'll see what's available there. And if you use a medical pouch like an IFAK, it will be able to include everything in that IFAK. In order to access LZs, or to explore and to find new LZs, you simply just need to walk over one, and you will permanently have access to that new LZ. If a friend has an LZ that you don't have, you can ride with them, and you will discover that new LZ when you land. It's a suggestion from me to run AKs early and then just use the ammo that you get off of the AI that you kill. It's going to save you a lot of cash on ammo at the beginning. Just personal preference there. You do what you want. Buying items from traders increases their rep, but it takes a lot of money. So if you're only a few rep away, just buy items that you'll want to use anyway early to get them leveled up instead of having to go and do a whole nother task. Selling, however, does not level them up, just buying. Level 3A is actually worse than level 3. So if you see level 3 and you're wearing level 3A, swap it out. Level 3 plus and or level 3A plus is the best that you can get. Just look for the plus. When you log off for the day, put everything that you own, or everything that you're wearing really, in your stash. You're going to want to be naked. And that's so if you spawn in on a server that's getting raided, you don't lose your gear if you die on spawn. It's much more difficult to do now, but it's not impossible, so better safe than sorry. I've done practically all the quests in the game, so if you're stuck on something, come by the stream. Link on the screen and in the description. Thanks to the Patreons for the support. If you're interested, you'll also find that link below. Hope these tips help you guys out, and see you out there. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.